Go be faithful in another man's ministry. Go serve the saints in another man's congregation. And Yahweh will raise you up. Because that kind of a servant's heart, that kind of a spirit, he cannot despise. And he cannot oppose. Aaron wasn't perfect, but Aaron was a servant of the people. He loved the people. He helped redeem the people. He helped intercede for the people as a Kohen. And as Israel's first Kohen HaGadol, high priest. He was selected. Yahweh has given, we must be in awe and humility, brothers and sisters. When Yahweh gives us a calling or a ministry, we should be humble to focus in on his choice that has selected us, that has elected us. Not on our, we should not be focused in on our own rod that was as dead as all the other rods. We didn't wake up one morning and say we believe in Yeshua, we want to serve Yeshua. It was given us a new spirit, a different spirit, a born-again spirit. Yeshua came into us, he moved into our lives, and now we want to serve him. We want to win people to Yeshua, we want to disciple them, we want to live the truth, we want to proclaim the truth. He took a dead rod and allowed it to blossom with fruit and leaves and vegetation. Yes. Not to the smartest, not to the strongest, not to the wisest, but to those who have a heart after his heart. Amen. David was a murderer and an adulterer, and he was called a man after Yahweh's own heart. Sin will never separate you from the love of Yeshua. But your own coldness to the love of Yeshua will separate you from the love of Yeshua. The things that used to turn you on about his love and his acceptance and how he loved you without condition, unconditional love. We grow cold to that. We wax cold to that. We forget our first love. And we start pursuing 10 wives instead of having that hot love for Yeshua. We start pursuing a career instead of having that hot love for Yeshua. We've got to have our focus, our admiration has to be with Yeshua. Amen. And then all the other toys will be added to you. Exhibit A, Michael Jackson. If he had done it Yahweh's way and used that voice and that musical talent to build the kingdom, he wouldn't have been a superstar. He wouldn't have been a god of this world, but he would have had his own city, his own village, and his own colony, and his own family, and his own leadership in the world to come, and that no one who has left houses, land, whatever, careers for me and the gospel will not inherit 100-fold more in the coming kingdom of Yahweh. He got it all wrong. Yahweh wants you to chase fame. Yahweh wants you to chase fortune. Yahweh wants you to chase careers, but they're kingdom fame, kingdom fortune, kingdom careers. Seeking first his word, his kingdom, his coming kingdom on the earth, and then all the toys will be given to you. All these other things will be added to you. You do it the right way, he'll give you the toys. You do it the wrong way, you'll die with the toys. The bumper sticker is wrong. Whoever dies with the most toys wins. Wrong. Whoever dies with the most toys has the most to burn in hell. Has the most to burn with in hell. I warn you, those of you who are building businesses and careers, what are you building it for? For whom are you building it for? Just like the word of Yahweh today in prophecy. You say in your heart, well, hey, I'm prospering. I need new barns. So you build bigger barns. Hey, I'm prospering even more. You build bigger barns. And what is the word of Yahweh? What can the word of Yahweh say to you? You fool. Tonight, not tomorrow, tonight, your soul will be required of you. And then, who shall these things be for? Can I hear a good amen? Amen. So Aaron did not serve Yahweh and the people of Israel in the power of his dead rod, but in the power of its sprouting and its budding. He was concerned for people. He wanted to minister to the people. He wanted to minister for the people to Yahweh. The believer is to bear not just a manifestation of Yahweh, but many manifestations of Yahweh. Look at verse 8. Someone read me verse 8 again. Verse 8. Loud. Read aloud. Verse 8.
And it came to pass
that
on the next day Moshe went into the tabernacle of witness.
Moshe went into the tabernacle of witness.
And see the rod of Aaron.
The rod of Aharon.
Aharon.
Mm-hmm.
For the Bait of Levi.
For the Bait, the house of Levi.
Had budded.
And
brought out buds.
And
bloomed blossom.
And
yielded almonds.
Buds, blossoms, and almonds. Fruit, provision, leaves, healing. In other words, when you and I allow Yahweh to touch our lives, we don't just have one manifestation of Yahweh's love and mercy. We have multiple manifestations of Yahweh's mercy. Multiple gifts of the Spirit. Multiple aspects of His character that flow through us. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
That's the result of abiding in Yeshua and serving Him. We have fruitful lives for Yahweh. And fruitful lives for Yahweh, listen, are assigned to those who are rebellious around us, both in and outside the household of Emunah, faith. Fruitfulness testifies either of other people's slothfulness or of their enemy status before Yahweh. Ouch. Ouch. When we're fruitful and they're not, and they're believers, let's say other people are believers, but they're not fruitful, they're not manifesting the character of Yahweh, you know what that says? It speaks either of their slothfulness or their laziness to be about doing the Father's business, or even worse, they think they're Yahweh's friend, but they're actually an enemy of Yahweh. If they see you blossoming with many manifestations of Yahweh in your life, and they have nothing to show for their life as a believer, your fruitfulness convicts them. And it will either convict them and see that they are sleeping on the job and not bearing fruit for the kingdom, or it'll convict them that, hey, maybe I'm not that good of a friend of Yahweh as I think I am. Because Yahweh's will is that His resurrection power touches all the dead areas in our life. Not just some dead areas, but all the dead areas in our life. If we have a problem with the tongue, Yahweh wants to touch it with His power. If we have a problem with our thoughts, Yahweh wants to touch it with His power. If we have a problem with our actions, Yahweh wants to touch it with His power. If we have a problem with the way we treat our brothers and sisters, Yahweh wants to touch it with His power. And you'll be blossoming and giving forth nuts to all the nuts. What are almonds? Nuts. They're nutrition. Your life will be nutritious for others. Can I hear a good amen? What's the sprouting? The sprouting are what? Leaves, budding, medicinal, healing. The leaves are for the healing of the nations in the book of Gilead. Your life will be a healing. It'll bring people into their Israelite identity. It'll teach them that Yeshua is the whole wheat unleavened bread, 100% Yahweh. That His flesh was not the flesh from Mary's egg and Joseph's sperm. Yahweh bypassed Joseph's sperm, as Christianity well admits, but they don't understand that Yahweh also bypassed Mary's egg. He had a body prepared by Yahweh, from Yahweh, before the foundation of the world. That didn't have any human DNA. But He came like a human. Yes, He did. He looked like a human. Yes, He did. We continue. So that's what Yahweh wants to do in our life, to take the dead things and have them blossom, have them bud, and have them create nutrition and life for others around us. And I'm telling you where Yahweh wants that life. He wants it in large, expanded families. The day of building churches and synagogues and religious edifices for the glory of the Michael Jacksons of the religious world are over! Now we are following the pattern. Now we are embracing the pattern. Now we're going back to Maaseh Shlichim, and the early believers broke bread, had communion, had fellowship as one community from house to house. I don't care if there are 5 in the house. I don't care if there are 2 in the house. You need to take your congregation and stop begging churches to rent out to a messianic congregation, going with hat in hand. Oh, please, Pastor, we're a broken, poor, undersized, underfunded movement. Can we please rent your basement? No need for that. If you have homes, let's open them up to the glory of Yahweh. Can I hear a good amen?
Amen.
House to house, just like in the book of Maaseh Shlichim. So fruitful lives for Yahweh are assigned